U11 here. Today we're going to be learning how to climb in Blade and Sorcery U11. We're going to do the normal way and then the advanced way. Both are very simple and they're very fun to use because the developers went all out when they were designing the maps. And even though you can't see it, there are giant portions of the map that are beautiful that you have to climb to get to. Now before we get started, we're going to have to enable a couple of settings. So go into your creative menu, your sandbox, go to cheats, do infinite mana, infinite focus, and infinite imbue. These are incredibly important for both the basic and the advanced. So remember, always enable infinite mana, infinite focus, and infinite imbue. And one last material, you're going to need a common dagger. 2 common daggers, okay? 1, 2. Just store them in your side holsters for now. Okay, so we're going to be practicing on this rock wall. We're going to try to get to the very top and then zip line down at the end of the video. If you're questioning about where this rock wall is, we're in the hub world. That's our house. We walked all the way over, and there's the rock wall. So as I've mentioned briefly before, there are 2 types of climbing. The first type of climbing is basic. All you do is you grab onto the edge of a surface, or you pound your fist really hard into a surface until you can grab on. And this is the basic climbing taught by the game in the tutorial, and it's just expected to use. The other type is actually called advanced climbing. You use 2 red-hot daggers to climb virtually any surface. It can get you to anywhere, way faster than you would if you're just doing basic climbing. So we're going to start out with basic climbing. The best way to do this is to actually find an edge. For example, there's an edge right here. I can probably grab onto that, and that, and that, and you can climb all the way up doing this process. Just finding the edge and pushing up. Now what they don't really tell you in the game unless you find the correct tooltip is you're grabbing onto an edge and you press the jump button, it'll hoist you up onto that surface. Well, that's why it's really important to use the jump button when climbing. I'm getting vibes of the climb too here. So this works all well, but I mean, if you're climbing a surface like this where there isn't really an edge and you're just kind of grabbing on, trying to find one, then it can be a little bit difficult, especially if you kind of get out of bounds or become flat surfaces, not many edges. So that's when you really want to do advanced climbing, and this will get you there eventually, but it's very, very slow. That's why advanced climbing is good too. Okay, so we made it up onto the first ledge. We've gone from there all the way up to here. I'm going to take this time to show you how to advance climb. So we're not going to go into that cave. We're going to go right here. We're going to pull out both of our daggers. So for both of our daggers, because we enabled infinite imbue, we want to give them fire. We want to get them to be red hot all the way. And this is going to be for both of them. Remember, if you put them in your holster, they will stay red hot. It's fine. Okay, so you're going to want to have them both facing that way. Okay? So not this way, okay? Now, when you climb, you don't want to go like this, because then it'll fall out. You don't want to go like this. You want to dig down deep and go at an angle and pull up. When you get that first one in, you can just jump, and then you'll start to hoist yourself up. You just puncture it in, take out, puncture in, and you do this till you get to the top. This can let you climb any surface that is climbable, excluding invisible surfaces and barriers, of course. And we're almost there. There's the zip line right there. So if we just keep climbing, we've gotten from that ledge down there up here incredibly fast using the advanced method. And it's pretty easy once you nail it down. Just remember, not like this, like this. Okay, so sometimes you're going to reach ledges like this where you can't really move on. So what you're going to have to do is put it in the ground and move to basic climbing sometimes. Make sure it doesn't disappear, okay? Make sure they do not disappear. That is the most important thing. Just kind of take them out and stab them back in after a little while. So sometimes when you reach the top of something, there's boundaries blocking you from proceeding. So you just got to go down with your dagger, kind of stick it in the ground. You grab onto it. And then you start moving sideways. Oh. So I have fallen all the way down, but don't worry, I'm going to climb back up. My knives are going to disappear. This is just going to happen when you climb advanced climbing in weird buggy areas. So I'm just going to basic climb all the way back up. See, right here it's really hard to find an edge. You're grabbing on, you can't find anything. This is where advanced climbing really picks up. I think I still hear some burning. It either means our thing is gone and the game is bugging out, or... Oh! One knife is still up there. One. We're gonna skip out on the knives because we don't really need them now that we're right here at our goal. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna grab onto the rope and we're gonna slide down with our bare hands. It's gonna hurt a lot. Now, I bet you're thinking, Griffin, why are we in Marketplace? Well, this is actually the very best spot to start climbing, and I think the very best spot in all of Blade and Sorcery to climb, period. Let me show you why. Right about there, that's actually a pretty good spot to just jump up and jump up. So this is why we have infinite mana. Sometimes climbing does not require climbing at all, sometimes it requires jumping. And with the new U11 update, we have amazing, amazing gravity spells. Now they're up here. You can see the entire map, and this thing is huge. Let's get a vantage point. Right here, it's too high to jump. It's just too high. You can't make it realistically. So this is when we're going to start using our daggers. So it's actually not going to work if you just stick your dagger in. You have to jump so that your legs are off the ground. Okay, it requires that your legs are off the ground. Just kind of dig it in. Okay, now we're on the roof. We should just be able to jump up. Put our knives away. Climb up onto the flagpole. Hi, Mr. Flag. Here we are. We have a giant vantage point of everything. We have mountains that we can climb over there. We have a pretty cool lake. It doesn't have water physics, but it does have a bridge. And then there are more mountain ranges to climb everywhere. This map is huge. I would recommend starting on this one. Just find a way to get out of this map. Pick one of these mountain ranges to start climbing. There are a lot of boundaries past those hills. But let's go check out that bridge, actually. Okay, so here we are at the bridge, and a little disclaimer, this bridge does not actually have a bounding box, it's just there for decoration. But it's crazy how Warp Frog took the time to put in a bridge, even though it doesn't have collision, that you will never see unless you climb out. These guys go to the next level. So sometimes the overhangs are a little bit too difficult to get up. Like right here, you have multiple of them. You just don't want to do them, but you can't really jump that high. So what you do is you get your magic and you put your magic spells, your gravity spells together, pull them apart, then you jump and use the gravity spell, and you can go incredibly high. So that's why we do infinite mana, so that we can do stuff like that just in case we don't really want to do difficult overhangs. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Griffin, and see you next time.